Hi, Julie Bartkus here, and I wanted to come to you this evening with a video, and I'm going to do a couple of these videos, well, maybe 3 or 4, about staff motivation myths. And I've been in this industry for over 17 years, helping childcare owners and directors create their positive, productive, and profitable childcare businesses. And a huge part of having a profitable childcare business, a successful childcare business, is having motivated staff. The problem that happens in this industry is that often when staff are not motivated, we're not quite sure what to do. So we try different ways to motivate them. And I found that there are several myths that happen when it comes to our staff motivation efforts. And I know that your time is incredibly valuable. So I wanted to provide you with these tips and ideas so that you can really be ahead of the game, so to speak, when it comes to what you do need to implement to motivate your staff. So I want to share with you on this video one of the biggest myths that I hear. And I posted here. Let me see if I could do a screen share for you. I want to show you this slide. Okay, so this is a true or false, and this is the way that I usually do it when I'm on stage. I'm like, true or false? Money really motivates my team. And when we think about staff motivation, oftentimes leaders will call me and say, Julie, if I could just pay my team more money, they would be more motivated. But let me ask you, how many of you have gotten in this profession? How many of you have gotten in this profession and stayed in this profession merely because of money? It's not true. Most of us get into this industry because of our passion for the children, for motivating, for educating, for inspiring the future. So why do we think that more money would equate to a higher motivated staff? So as long as you're offering competitive salary or competitive pay in terms of what other programs in your area would pay, and the person coming in through your doors to work for you, who you hire, says that, yeah, that salary is what they need to make, and they're in agreement with that right from the start of their employment. But what happens is typically after somebody's employed, it's like, oh, we start hearing about money and this and that and all these other things. All these other things that typically happen in our workplace that we start to hear about in terms of what our staff want us to do in order for them to be more motivated are things that I call symptoms. They are things that are symptomatic of other things that are going on in your childcare program. And these are things that we could do a 3-day workshop on or a 3-day training on. But basically, there are these things that I call staff demotivators or communication barriers, and they're things that are modeled from the top down that cause a whole chain of destructive events to unfold in our childcare program. So it's really important to understand what those staff demotivators are. And I learned about those through years of going on site, interviewing childcare teams, asking them what motivates you and what drains your motivation. So when leaders call me and say, Julie, I really need to pay my team more money so that they'll be more motivated, I pull them back to the place to remember that, hey, you know what? That complaint that you're hearing is symptomatic of other things going on in your workplace, and it's really important to fix those things first before you just start throwing money out there and saying, okay, here's $2 more an hour, here's this, here's that, and then expecting your team to be motivated. And there are a lot of leaders who have taken that path to where they do implement or to try to pay their staff more money. They're, implementing, here you go, more money. And then they come out where it's like the staff member just wants more and more and more and more money. And we even had a situation once with one of my multi-site clients where they had a staff member who was threatening her that, you either pay me more or I'm going to be leaving. And she said that she ended up paying her more money, and then in the long run, it wasn't a great fit anyways. So it always comes back to money being symptomatic of something else going on. Now, if money was just the fix, it might be an easy one because then we just bring in clients, boost our profits, pay everybody money, and they'll all be happy. But it's really just taking a Band-Aid and putting it over what the main issue is in order to have a motivated staff. And in future videos, I'll be talking really about what it takes to have a motivated team. So I'm going to come back to you full screen here. So true or false, money really motivates my team. That is false. Granted that you are paying them competitively with what they should be making in this industry. Go here to stop my screen share. There we are. So I want you to keep that in mind if you start hearing complaints about money, to think, Julie says there's a bigger issue at hand that's going on. What could that possibly be? A lot of times it's different things like stress in the workplace. It's things that are going on with coworkers. But why are all of those things unfolding? And when we really look at the deeper root, there's cause and there's effect. And everything that happens from the very top of the organization, from the owners, from the very top, is the cause. Everything else you see that unfolds in front of you, that sometimes you just get so crazy busy and you can't pay attention to it, is the effect. It's the symptom. But we've got to get back, if you want to stop the profit from dripping out of your pocket and start keeping more of what you make, is to really understand what's the cause. So you go back and fix the cause, and then later on, when everybody's motivated for the right reasons, you can then evaluate, is it time to increase pay? How do we progress from here? And we can have those conversations. And if you're really resonating with this video and want to hear more, I'm making some more of these. So make sure that you're looking here to find those videos. But also contemplate coming out to our Childcare Business Success Conference in July in the Chicagoland area. And you can go to rockmychildcare.com, and we're going to do a deep dive into really creating your positive, productive, and profitable childcare business for 3 intensive, incredibly fun days. I'm Julie Bartkus, and I'll see you, if not live, on the next video. Bye.